if you're using Sony and you want to see false color, we can do that with a LUT. So I got inspired by this brother's video. He made a LUT where it basically shows you exposure based stops and false color, and he only uses 3, 4, 5 stops plus the clipping markers. And you could see how the dark pink means it's getting bright, and then +1, right? Green or neutrals, I guess this would be neutral, no, +1 and neutrals, and then -1 and -2 as it gets darker. And you can see how it fills the entire screen. So I love this LUT, but I don't use Sony all the time. I also use Panasonic. I made this script, and you're able to now build a LUT just like this one with any stops that you want calculated for your color space, like your gamut, such as Panasonic Vlog, Sony S-Log S3, Canon, whatever, Nikon, it's all in there. The code is open source. If you guys want to do any changes, go ahead and make a pull request. But the addition that I necessarily really wanted was when I use this false color LUT on the camera, since I do a lot of run and gun recording, I'm not able to monitor my white balance. It became extremely difficult because I have to, there's no reason for me to use this LUT if I'm running gun shooting, trying to get the exposures right, or trying to see at least if this is too many stops, if I'm like in the right spot. So there's something that we can do now that's even better. I'm going to show you. So this tool is called LUT Builder. It's free and open source. It's a Python. It works for any camera. The problem is the log looks flat. This, you can make every stop visible, or you can just set one stop, such as green, or only have the crushed red, like the crushed blacks and the crushed whites, if you'd like. We got all the profiles, S-Log S3, Vlog, Canon, Log C3, I guess red. It's all available in there. We can add some more. The way it works is it takes your log, it decodes it to linear, it uses CIE, the Y, it creates its own XYZ matrix, then you're able to get stops, and then you could set which bands you want, then it converts it back to your display color space, such as Rec 709 or Rec 2020. Most of the time it's going to be Rec 709. You get your cube file. Most people are going to want to use stops. Since we made this with AI, IRE was also available there if you want to set that, if you're more advanced. And basically, you could set your stops. So for example, 0 would be middle gray. You can turn it green or whatever color you'd like. And you can make it either thick or thin on the screen, like 0 plus or minus half a stop or quarter stop, or plus or minus 2 stops. Then it would cover a large range, so you would know. You also have the optional crushed blacks, meaning anything that below the log profile, as well as clipped whites. And you can even turn it on into monochrome if you just need this for false color. For Windows, all you have to do is install UV and then hit build.bat. And then on Mac, this command should work after you have UV, which is a Python like manager, version manager and such. You hit build.command and it runs it for you. Or there is an interactive one that you could do by running UV run LUT Builder inside of the folder, the directory. This is how you would get something on your screen. And yeah, we're going to load it and then you're done. So let me show you how this is going to work. So I have my directory here, the LUT Builder, and we have the build.bat. You know what? I think we need to make things bigger. So we're inside of the directory. You can clone it or you could just download it on GitHub. You run build.bat, it opens up in the terminal, and we could just walk through it. So I'm going to do Panasonic Vlog because that's what I use, but it doesn't matter what you choose, whatever you like. Display color space, Rec 709. My camera only supports up to 33. It says 65 is recommended if your camera does support it, but you just have to look it up. Most likely for mine, it's 33, and as well as for Sony, it's 33. Then you could choose either stops, and I'm going to show you both. Stops or fill. I'm not going to do IRE because it's similar to stops. Let's do fill first because it's similar to what the other brother had. It says, do you want to add bands? We'll say yes. And I'm just going to add a couple. You know what? We'll do the whole thing. We'll do -2. You put comma separated, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay. It's going to give you suggested colors. So we'll say yes, 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 no problem. These are tailwind colors, so they look good, or you can have a good palette, I guess. Yes, 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 all the way, right? It's not going to look the same as his, but we're going to see what it does. Do we want to add crushed blacks? Sure. Do we want to use this color? Yes. Clipped whites? This color? Yes. Great. What range? It's defaulted to full range. You see, default for no. Most of the time, for any displays, for your camera display, like the little monitor screen on your camera, it's going to be no. So just hit enter, most likely, unless you know of something else. So we're going to call this YouTube LUT for Panasonic fill. I mean, it's a whatever, it'll add it. It gives you even a preview of what it's going to look like, which is really good. So that way you can see how it looks before you even have to load into your camera. At 0 stops, it's going to be green, and then lime, then yellow, all the way up, right? Just as his was. And then from like blue to dark blue, all the way down until we hit the crushed blacks. It generated, gives you some information here. Do you want to save this file as a configuration so you can reuse it later, or you can modify the file? So I'm going to just put yes, and I'll just save it as the same name, enter, and it's done. Once you are inside of DaVinci Resolve, if you want to use it in DaVinci Resolve, I'm going to show you how to use it in there. You just hit open file location under the LUTs section, and you can just drop it in here, or you can put it inside of a folder. I'll just put it in here. So I have it now here inside of DaVinci Resolve. If I was to put this on my camera, I would not put any spaces. Refresh the LUTs. All right. So this is how my camera monitor would look here, right? We put it into imported LUTs, YouTube fill LUT. When I put it on, this is how my camera is going to look. So now this is what I would see on my camera monitor once I imported it onto my my camera. And you can see how in this shot that it's over 2 stops, right? Then once, I guess, yeah, 2. I guess I have to see the colors again. I already closed it. If you don't remember what your colors of your LUT means, it's actually in the cube file. So if you go to your cube file and then you open in an editor, so I'm opening VS Code, we can actually see that it tells us the yellow, then the lime, then the dark green, and then the blue, and then dark blue. It actually has all this information as in there for you. It tells you when you built it, cube size, really nice. So we can see we're going from +2, and I guess, is this blending? +1, 0. Oh, I can't count. +2, 1, 0, -1, -2. So now I know immediately my contrast ratios is -2 and the beard all the way to 4. So now I'm easily able to get like a quick false color reading. And that's the fill mode. Now we're going to go ahead and run the build.bat again and make a whole new file. Where this time we're going to do stops for band mode. And I'm just going to show you an easy example. If you want to add false color, you hit yes. We're just going to do, let's just say 0. Let's just say it tells you what color you want. Let's actually just use a custom color this time. I'll show you. You can put no. You can either enter a hex code, pick a tailwind color, or directly pick a family shade of tailwind. I'm gonna hit 2, and you have all these beautiful colors. Let's go with emerald, and then the number 500 looks fine with me. 500. Now it's asking you how thick of a stop do you want this to be. So if we do half a stop, this will be 1 plus half a stop on each. Like so, 0 stops plus a half a stop on each side. So let's just do 4 for standard. Okay, do you want to add crushbacks? Let's just put no, no. And do we want to make the base image monochrome? No. No, we'll save this as, so now I have it into DaVinci Resolve. When I drag and drop, you can see that we actually have a Rec 709 image. So you can't see it too well, but look, everything is in color. You can see my skin, you can see everything. And all I have is now a false color band on top of a displayed image. So you can use this with, let's say, razor, like a very thin, not like the wide standard band like this. And now you'd be able to see your white balance because you have only a little bit of false color on top of where you're at. So if it's landing on your skin, I'm gonna know where it's at. So I can leave this LUT on all the time. Let's say we increased or decreased the exposure. See, this is a fully colored image. It just uses a standard conversion, so it's not going to have like exactly what you want, let's say in contrast and this and that. But it's nice if you just want to get a quick monitor on your camera and just a quick band. So I'd do something like this, right? I'd put it maybe at 0 and I just know I'm in the right place. This is the GitHub page. All you have to do is either go to code and download the zip, or if you know how to use Git, you already know how to clone it and do everything from there. I hope this is helpful for someone out there. Maybe they're looking to make a LUT or they want to try it. If you want false color, you can do it now. So we built this with a Claude code, and we made sure that it uses the color science library, which is already made for converting colors, display spaces, all of that. So it's going to work in the right proper way, because before I was working on the script for a while and it was not giving me the correct colors when I went to my camera and then put in the DaVinci Resolve, checked how things are working. It wasn't working correctly. Now it's working correctly. It's working good. It's on GitHub. The link will be in the description below. Let me know if you guys are going to use this, or how do you plan on using it, or what do you like to see added to the script. Make sure to hit like and subscribe to support me. I really appreciate you guys' feedback. It makes me feel like we're actually doing something useful.